beautiful state of Colorado. Today we shuttled up to the Monarch Pass, and we're going to be riding Monarch Crest into Greens Creek. And for the next couple videos, you're going to be seeing a lot more of those two guys back there. I'll let you know what they're riding once I'm actually following them at some point. So let's get to it. We're not exactly sure where we're going, so we're following some people who seemed to know. Man, it's so good to be out here. Single track, the unbelievable views. Colorado. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the climbing begins now. Can't deny I'm feeling the elevation, but it's not as bad as I thought, at least until now. It gets to my breathing, but it's still doable. Just love it when the views open up like that. They have the whole open field. Man, that view is cool. This reverse section is just so sick. Half of the pleasure here isn't actually riding, it's just looking out.
The Monarch Crest is probably Colorado's most famous and easily accessible segment of the Continental Divide Trail. If you haven't heard of it before, the CDT is a 3,100-mile-long trail that starts in northern Montana at the border with Canada and works its way down the Continental Divide to southern New Mexico on the border with Mexico.
We're still on the Continental Divide Trail, almost at Greens Creek. It's a little loose today.
Some sections in Colorado actually overlap with the Colorado Trail, which is what we'll be riding later in this trip.
I am loving this.
But more on that later.
I hadn't worn my full face in a while. Well, that's chunky. Did not expect that.
There's a couple different rides that can be done starting at Monarch Pass, including the very well-known IMBA Epic, which covers the whole crest and descends back into Salida using Silver Creek. You're bound to get a few videos of that soon, as a nice party of YouTubers rode that route a few days after this was filmed. However, since we had plans to ride a section of the Colorado Trail which was going to cover all our pedaling and climbing desires, we asked around for the most fun descent off the crest and got pointed in the directions of Greens Creek.
Oh god, that loam is amazing. There's so much grip, I gotta get used to it. Just that way? Okay, so we had made a mistake. This is Greens Creek. Oh, this is so nice. The dirt is unbelievable.
Greens Creek is about 7 miles long with 3,000 feet of descending. It's a multi-use trail which is also moto legal, meaning it always feels quite natural and ungroomed. In my opinion, the motorcycle usage keeps the trail feeling fresh instead of ridden in, which is in this case, at least to me, a very welcome feel.
You okay? You good?
I just took my foot. I was way too fast when I get into that section here.
Man, did you hit any of the trunks or anything? Or?
No. I'm good. Just give me a second.
Yeah, of course.
Philip, who was riding a light bill 301, got a trip crash out of the way pretty early. Luckily, he avoided all the tree stumps, got away unscathed, and still managed to be the fastest one in the group for the whole trip.
Oh, this is a fantastic trail. So much fun. Nice. Tends to get better as the trip goes on, but always at the beginning, my hands are killing me. I kind of have to get used to the get used to the riding, and then it starts to go away like on day 2 or 3. Oh shit.
As you progress with this ride, you'll get to ride in a few different climate types. It's truly amazing to start off the crest in high alpine, work your way through the aspens at first, and as you get further down, see the shrubbery get lusher. Towards the end of the ride, it almost even feels a little bit like the desert.
And we're back to the chunk.
The trail will switch back and forth between chunky and smooth, the perfect combination to make it incredibly fun. Actually, to me, one of the best descents I've ever done. It's not chunky enough to suck all your speed away, which means you're still going pretty fast, but it's not so smooth that it gets boring. It is truly the best of both worlds in just one trail.
Good thing the creek is nice and shallow. Crap. Got a huge pedal strike.
As you get closer to the bottom of the trail, it'll start to flatten out a bit, but it'll also get easier, which means that the theme for this section is speed. Lots of it for long stretches at a time, while again avoiding perfectly smooth terrain to truly keep it interesting while you keep on going fast.
Oh god, my hands are killing me. My hands are killing me. Come on, I can do this. Crap. I'm sorry.
I got stuck anyway.
That was so close. Getting up to speed here is super hard because it's so chunky. Hikers, you guys can go. Thank you. Thanks. It's 3 of us. Anybody else? Have a nice day.
The closer you get to the bottom, the more out and back hikers you'll encounter. Make sure to keep your speed in check to avoid unpleasantries. Thankfully, the trail lends itself to great lines of sight. If you keep a lookout, you'll be able to see quite a fair amount up ahead of yourself.
It is loose. Wow, this bottom section is incredibly fast. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, because this is one of the best rides I've ever done. I love how the feeling of the trail down here changes so much. This is almost like desert riding. Thank you. Just one more.
You know how many more?
One. Oh, that's steep. Man, that was so close. I guess we're done. Oh, that was so good. That was a killer ride, man.
That's just so fast.
That
Like
section.
one section that it works.
Yeah. That was a very fast section. Well guys, there we go. That's it for today's video. I hope you had fun on this one. This was an absolute blast to me. We took a shuttle up to the Monarch Crest. There's 2 or 3 companies here that do it, and they seem all to be pretty good. We use Absolute bikes, and from there, you know, you have to climb a tiny bit up to get to the peak of the actual ride. And then we followed the Continental Divide Trail down a little bit into Greens Creek, and Greens Creek all the way down. It was absolutely fun. This was a great ride, really worth it. I would even go as far as to say that this is a bucket list destination. You really have to do this ride whenever you get a chance. Well guys, I'll see you for the next one. Happy riding.